comic is a retired Navy Chief Hospital Corpsman. That's a lot of words. Originally from Lancaster, California, it's Tarsey Shordon.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Pamela. That was by far the most recent introduction I have had in a long time. I'm old, okay? I'm old. I'm actually older than most of the staff that work for me. Well, I am older, but I retired before they were even born. And so, but I do think of myself as cool old. And by cool old, I mean you have to stay relevant, all right? And for me, for relevant, means you have to connect with people emotionally and mentally when you talk to them. You don't tattoo their eyes, okay? That is not being relevant. When I first told my wife, when we were getting out of the car, she checked my shirt, made sure all my clothes were right and everything was straight. And she said, just remember, don't be too funny, don't be too witty, don't be too intellectual, just be yourself. But when I told my friends 6 weeks ago that I was starting this stand-up comedy class, they all told me to sit down and don't press my luck. But really, my wife has been 100% behind me during this. She watches out for me. A few weeks ago, she noticed that I was limping. Just more than usual, I always limp a little bit. So she made me go see the doctor for it because she thought I had early onset rigor mortis. Hey, what can I say? But last Saturday, when we were, after we did our last class, I was talking to her, getting ready for dinner, and I was just really venting to her how nervous I am. You can't tell I'm really nervous up here. But thank you. She told me, she said, just remember, you know, I married you because you're funny and you're witty and you make me laugh. And I know she meant it as a compliment, but it really stung me because I've spent the last 34 years thinking she married me because I was charming and handsome. Yeah, that's what she did too. She threw her head back and said, that's what, you can do it. So, but we do a few weeks ago, she's always pushing my limits. And one of the things she did, how many of you guys, this is only for the males, I can't see you because of the lights, so clap if you have ever shopped for a baby shower by yourself. That's what what? Okay, let me tell you. My wife sent me, solely with a text message, our neighbor's having a baby, stop and get a baby shower gift for him. Okay? That's all I got. And so being the dedicated husband that I am, and having very few instructions and absolutely no previous experience, I went out on the quest. Ladies and gentlemen, take it from me, okay? This is advice. A home DNA test is not a good baby shower gift. Okay? It just isn't. All right, it just is not. All right, but my wife and I, after 34 years, we still do a lot together. Every chance I get, I clear my calendar. I just like spending time with her. And one of the things we like to do is ride motorcycles. Okay, yeah. It's not in that book of not how to kill yourself. Okay, that's not in that book. But before, I was riding motorcycles long before I met my wife. And I had to get my mom's permission when I got my first street bike. And that one went kind of like this. Yes, I promise I will always wear a helmet, I will always wear a jacket, I will always wear gloves, I will always wear long pants, I will always wear boots, I will never lane split, I will never speed, okay? So when I got married, I had to convince my new bride that it was a good idea for me to continue this hobby of mine. And I had to sign her off. What it took to convince her, because her idea was a preppy college in the Midwest where they ride scooters. So I had one of the fastest production motorcycles at the time. So what it took was a big adrenaline rush and a really big insurance policy. So to this day, she enjoys riding with me, and she'll shoot across the desert and dip into the fastest turns as fast as I can take them with the best of the motorcycle mamas out there, minus the tattoos and minus the piercings. All right, but her job with me is to make sure that I'm dressed appropriately. I ride a cruiser, okay? For those of you who don't know what a cruiser is, think Fonzie or Terminator 2. Stripped down motorcycle, handlebars, 2 tires, seat strapped to the top of the engine, gas tank between your legs, And you'll usually see them passing you on the freeway at about 75 or 80 miles an hour. Okay? So that's what she wears. So my attire, if you ever see me riding, is somewhere between Maverick, when he's on the flight line, not cruising the bay out here with Penny Benjamin, okay, or a construction worker. What you don't see is the heavy layer of Kevlar reinforced denim, level 2 impact armor, because I'm old, okay, I'm cool, and sometimes I'm very, very stupid. And when I do hurt myself, it takes me twice as long to recover, and it hurts twice as much, all right? But the one thing I have, what I've talked about, it's all about being old and cool, and it is about being witty. It's about being charming. It's about having a sense of humor. But the one thing my son taught me many years ago, it's about attitude, all right? Many years ago, I was working at the Marine Corps recruiting depot, and there was a drill instructor there who was verbally, emotionally, spiritually ripping the soul out of a new recruit. Everyone knows, how many of you know what I'm talking about? Okay, all right. Well, after the carnage was done, okay, the drill instructor turns around, he sees my son standing there, and he looks down at him and goes, "Did I scare you?" My son looks up at him and goes, "Nah, you're nothing compared to my mom." So good night. Thank you for coming, and just remember, you don't have to be old. You can start being cool when you're young.